That's right, I finally decided to apply for the last business card that I'm missing from Chase, the Chase Inc. Business Preferred Credit Card. Now the biggest question is why, and also, did I get approved? Let's find out. Welcome back to Tito's Credit Cards, where we talk about cashback and points and how to maximize your redemptions. If that's something that interests you, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. I've had my eye on the Chase Inc. Business Preferred Credit Card for some time now, mainly because I really wanted to finish the business trifecta with Chase. I already have the Inc. Cash Card as well as the Inc. Unlimited, so the Inc. Preferred would be the next logical step. It also does help that at the time that I was looking to apply, the credit card was offering its highest sign-up bonus available. So yeah, we'll definitely have to cover the reasons why I'm applying for this credit card, and more importantly, if I'm getting approved. But before we get to the actual application, I definitely wanted to touch on a couple of the reasons that you should think about applying for this credit card. If you already know all the details and all the information you would want on this credit card and you just want to skip to the application process, then go ahead and skip to this time right here on the video. So, taking a look into the Chase Inc. Preferred Credit Card, you'll see that it does have an annual fee of $95. The current and standard welcome offer available on this credit card is that you would get 80,000 ultimate reward points after spending $8,000 in the first 3 months that you have this credit card. And another big reason to get a credit card is obviously the multipliers. So, taking a look at the Inc. Preferred Card, the multipliers are as followed. You would get 3x back on shipping purchases, internet, cable, and phone services, as well as advertising purchases on social media sites and travel. And then you would get 1x back on everything else. Yeah, I wouldn't say that this credit card has the best multipliers by any means. I mean, there are other business credit cards that offer way better multipliers that do not have an annual fee. And you don't really have to look that far. If you look at the other business credit card offerings from Chase, you will see that the Inc. Cash Card has some amazing multipliers, specifically when it comes to those 5x multipliers that you would get back for the cell phone service as well as office supply stores. This card does come packed with free employee cards if that is something that you would need. This would be considered a travel credit card in the sense that you would not be charged a foreign transaction fee. So whether you use it in Mexico, Italy, Greece, or China, you would not have to worry about that pesky 3 or 4% fee that some other cards would charge you. Another great highlight on this credit card is the fact that this is one of 3 credit cards within the Chase ecosystem that you would have the ability to transfer all your ultimate reward points out to Chase's transfer partners like United Airlines as well as World of Hyatt. Taking a look at the other cards that you would need to have, you would either need to have the Chase Sapphire Preferred Card or the much more expensive option, the Chase Sapphire Reserve Card. You would get a 25% boost on your points if you were to utilize them through Chase's travel portal, in that your points, instead of being worth 1 cent per point, they would instead be worth 1.25 cents per point, which is great. However, as we all know, if you transfer your points out to different transfer partners, that's where you would get the highest cent per point valuation. All right, with that being said, why am I applying for the Chase Inc. Preferred Card? As I mentioned before, when I was applying for this credit card, it did offer the highest sign-up bonus available that I've seen on this credit card. And that is that you would get 120,000 ultimate reward points after spending $8,000 in the first 3 months. So as you see, it is the same amount of spending as well as the same 3 months. So it got me thinking, if I'm gonna apply for this credit card anyway, why don't I go ahead and apply right now for this credit card, since it is offering the highest sign-up bonus available. This is also a great time to remind you guys to definitely make sure that you have a plan on how you're gonna meet the minimum spending requirement. Because the other reason that I was applying for this credit card is that I'm getting some work done in my house and I'm getting a contractor. And I was thinking, well, that's going to be a great way to meet the minimum spending requirement. So I'll go ahead, sign the contract with a contractor, and then apply for this credit card. What I did wrong was that I applied for the credit card. And when I signed up with a contractor, he informed me that he did not accept credit card payments. He would only accept checks. So right there, my whole plan on how to meet the minimum spending requirement if I were to get approved just went out the window. So now I'm really gonna have to focus on putting all my transactions on this card, as well as making sure that I put all my holiday shopping on this card. Again, if I were to get approved. This is a great time to remind you to hit that like and subscribe button to help out the channel. The other reason is that I currently have the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, and taking a look at what's available between the Chase Sapphire Preferred card versus the Chase Ink Preferred card, there's really not much difference other than the multipliers. But when it comes to the annual fee, they're the same. And the biggest benefit, which is being able to transfer your ultimate reward points out to Chase's transfer partners, is the same on both credit cards. So I figured that I would go ahead and apply for the Ink Preferred card. And if I were to get approved, then I can go ahead and cancel the Chase Sapphire Preferred card and then wait for another year or 2 years to go ahead and apply for that card again to get the sign-up bonus. Since in a year, it will have been 4 years since I've received my last Sapphire bonus. And as you already know, when it comes to the Sapphire bonuses, you would have to wait at least 4 years until you're eligible to get another Sapphire bonus. So if I'm gonna get the same benefits that I currently enjoy and potentially get another sign-up bonus here in a year or 2, then why wouldn't I go ahead and do that? So yeah, in essence, I'm just getting the Chase Ink Preferred card to take the place of my Chase Sapphire Preferred card. Alright, so getting into the application for the Ink Preferred card, you'll see the first thing that you will have to put in is what kind of authorizing officer title you have. You'll have the options of either putting in that you're a member, owner, partner, president, treasurer, BP. So again, it all depends on your business, but for me, since I am applying as a sole prop, I am going to go ahead and click as the owner of the business. You would then go ahead and input some of your personal information. You would then have to put in either your social security number or your individual tax ID number, or ITIN, whichever one you may have. From then on, you would just have to go ahead and input your home address information, and then you would put in your best contact info as far as email address and phone number are concerned. You would then be asked for your total gross annual income, and this would be all the income that you're receiving, whether that's your regular 9-to-5 job or if you have any side hustles, including the business that you're applying for. From then on, you would have to put in your business structure. As you'll see, you'll have the option of a corporation, an LLC, nonprofit, partnership, as well as a sole prop. As you have seen in previous applications, specifically for business cards, I'm going to go ahead and select sole prop. You would then be asked for the legal name of your business. Now, obviously, if you have a business name, then you would go ahead and input it here. If you do not have a business name, like myself, you would then go ahead and input your first name as well as your last name. And then you would be asked for number of employees. And as I said before, since I'm applying as a sole prop, I technically do not have any employees, so I'm going to go ahead and input a 0 for this question. You would then have to put in the tax ID for your business, and you could either utilize your ITIN number, your social security number, or if you have an employer identification number, this is where you would be able to utilize that. Now, getting an EIN is not that difficult. You would just have to go to the government's website, input the information of your business, and you would receive your EIN number right there and then. When I submitted my information, it literally only took 2 to 3 minutes to receive the email with my EIN number. You would then be asked for the primary physical business address, and obviously if you have a specific business address, this is where you would go ahead and input that information. But if you're utilizing your regular home address as the business address, you would be able to include that information as well. You would be asked for your business established date as far as the month and the year. And then we would get into the annual business revenue. And this is one question that I know there's a lot of hesitation and a lot of resistancy. And obviously, the last thing you ever want to do on any application, but specifically on a business credit card application, is to lie. So you would definitely have to make sure that you know what business revenue you're bringing in on an annual basis, or what potential business revenue you will be bringing in. That's right. Technically, you do not even need to have any specific income that you're receiving when you're applying for a business credit card. You could utilize the amount that you believe that your business will be bringing in. So if you believe that your business is going to be bringing in $100 or $200 every single month, well, then you would go ahead and input either $1,200 or $2,400, depending on the amount. But obviously, it all depends on your revenue and what you believe you will be bringing in. You would also have to put in your average monthly spend on the business. You would then go ahead and read and agree to the pricing and terms, and you would then go ahead and submit the application. Yep, as you can see, my computer is terribly slow, so we'll see. Okay, this is starting to worry me a little bit. Ha! There we go. That's what I wanted to see. The good old approval screen. Whew! I am sure glad that I was able to get that approval. I was sweating it for a second there. So now that I have this card, or rather once I receive the card, I'm definitely going to have to start working on that hefty minimum spending requirement in order to meet that welcome bonus. But with that being said, the biggest question now is, should you get it or should you apply for this card? I would say that yes, you should still apply for this card, even if the sign-up bonus is not 120, but rather 90,000. It is still a high sign-up bonus on this credit card, again, for a rather low annual fee of $95. And obviously the biggest highlight on the card is the fact that you can transfer all your ultimate reward points out to Chase's transfer partners. With that being said though, I would say that if you're looking for a card that's going to earn you some great multipliers, I honestly wouldn't look at this card and say that this is the one. No, like I said before, this is going to take the place of my Chase Sapphire Preferred card, but that also means that I'm not going to utilize this card for anything, just because I do believe that I have other cards that give me way better multipliers, and thus this card will just really stay in the house, and I'm really going to utilize much more of that feature of being able to transfer my Chase points out to transfer partners like Hyatt. But nonetheless, other than the lacking multipliers on this card, I do think that there's a lot of benefits, especially in the first year with the sign-up bonus. But I would say that even after the first year, you do have enough benefits to keep the card open. With that being said, I definitely want to hear from you guys. What do you think of the Chase Inc. Preferred card? Is it a keeper card, or would you get a different card? Let me know down in the comments below. With that being said, if you found any information useful during this video, please hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Adios.